We have two rapporteurs in our Mediabox plateau. So first of all, I would like to welcome you, Mr. ILLES and Ms. RENSTROM. Thank you for joining us in our Mediabox. So on the occasion of 32nd plenary session of the Congress of the Council of Europe, your report has just voted in the plenary session, which is called From Reception to Integration, the role of the local and regional authorities facing migration. What we understood that it's on the integration policies of the migrants, but maybe you will also mention the refugee crisis. So first of all, I would like to start with Ms. RENSTROM. What's the main objective of this report?
It is actually the long-term perspective of migration, that how do we include them into our societies, because it is the local and regional municipals that will take on board all those new members that will come in, and how do we do it in a proper way? Do we have the right kind of resources? Do we have the right kind of support from the government and internationally? And this is a very big question, because we know that there are many people coming in and we need to take them on board in a good way.
And Mr. ILLES, in the report what we see is that you underline that integration policies should start from the reception of the refugees, or let's say migrants. So in what way this is important? What would you like to say about that?
I think it's very important that we consider the people as our friends, as newcomers, and we consider them that we try to integrate to our society, or we have to work together to build up our society, and we have to explain it to these newcomers, and we know that the integration process is a long-term period, but as one of our mates, our Congress colleagues said, that when we have a baby, it takes a lot of time to take care of him or her, and it takes 30 years or more, and certainly we have to work together with newcomers for a long time, but it would be successful. It will be successful, and it's our task.
So for the successful integration, we should think about the long-term policies, which is important. And it's also interesting that you mentioned in the report that integration, we should understand we should also talk about our understanding on integration, because it's not the one way that we want refugees and migrants to integrate themselves to society. So it's a two-way process, what you say. Could you please clarify this position a bit more, Ms. RENSTROM?
It is because if you see in history, societies have always changed, traditions have changed, culture have changed, and I mean, that's a natural movement in life. And if we think that they coming in need to be like us, then we have the wrong approach about this, because it will change. And this is the future reality. And as politicians, we have to be very clear about this and not fool people to say that if we don't let them in, things will stay the same as it always has, because it will not. And this is the interesting thing about life, that life changes. And I would also like to say something about the taking in refugees, that we need to have an early approach, because if we're going to succeed with the long-term integration, we need to start as soon as they get into the countries, especially the children, when it comes to school and education. So this is why it is so important that we start with an early integration approach already when the asylum seekers is coming into Europe.
That's why maybe you also emphasize and underline, even in the title of your report, that you say integration will start from reception until their whole life in the host society. So what would you like to say about specifically role of the local and regional authorities in the process of integration of refugees and migrants?
Yes, refugees meet the local people certainly, and the local and regional governments try to give the first aid and the first service to the refugees, and therefore it's very important that the local governments knows that what is our task, and it's also important that working together with international organizations and also government bodies and also NGOs and